Do you want to succeed? Well, stay tuned and find out how. What is going on, successful minded people? My name is Marcus, this is Discover Ignite, and today we're talking about why mindset is everything. Now I want to get started with a little bit of my story of how mindset has helped me through my life, and then get into the two types of mindsets, and then we're going to dissect them for a little bit for you guys so you can get an understanding of what kind of mindset you might be in and why you might not be succeeding. So if you haven't done so already, please subscribe and let's get started. So why is mindset so important? Now, mindset is extremely important in life because it can make or break you. It can put you on the right path or put you on the wrong path. And if your mindset isn't set, it's going to be extremely hard on whatever, endeavors you're trying to succeed at, because you are starting off on the wrong foot. And I've always said this in my videos that mindset has always been a big thing. And it's because in my life, I've been on a roller coaster for a good majority of my life, actually my whole life, to be honest. And I don't know, there's a lot of people out there that maybe have never experienced a lot or have never been on a roller coaster life. If you have been on a roller coaster life, comment down below because I'd love to hear your story. If not, that's perfectly okay. What I'm just saying is that I've learned a lot, right? And mindset is definitely something that you got to keep sharp, that you got to always be positive, because there are going to be many peaks and there's going to be valleys, and those valleys are hard to come back from, especially if you're going to be negative about the situation and you're going to use the negativity as a crutch to hold you back, right? And keeping a positive mindset to understand that, it doesn't matter how your upbringing was. It doesn't matter if, you've been in a wreck and now you can't walk anymore, right? It's trying to just take that responsibility. Yes, I know stuff is outside of our control, and I totally get that, but it's still just taking responsibility. You can sit and be a victim, or you can sit and actually take control, right? Or take charge and try to actually do something with what you have, right? It's being grateful for what you have, right? Like, say you were in an accident and you couldn't walk anymore. Well, you're still alive, right? You're still here. You have to try to find the positive no matter what it is. And sometimes it can be extremely hard, and I totally understand that, right? It's like me just growing up, right? A good example is me growing up. I was bullied and teased as a kid, all the way up to like 5th grade. And all I remember was I felt like I was getting in fights like every day, not by choice. It was because I was an overweight kid, and I was actually a minority from where I was living at. And it didn't matter what I did. I was just getting in fights for no reason. And I would always be the center of fights, and I hated it. And it led me down a path I'm glad my parents got me out of before it got any worse. And then when I actually got out of that particular situation, my parents split. So I went from a nice middle class neighborhood to just going to, going and being broke again. And it's like, as soon as you take that one step forward, you take the 2 steps back, and it's just extremely hard, right? And you have to be you got to have the right mindset. And that's the biggest thing, is that a lot of people, when you take that 2 steps back, you were like, oh, I just give up and throw up your hands, but you can't do that. You can't think that that's the end all be all, right? You just have to find an alternate way to deal with things. And it all starts with your mindset. If you are just one that's going to be like, just don't play the victim, don't allow it to eat at you and dwell inside and stop you from doing anything else in life. If you get smacked going left, well, then go right. If whatever it is, you just got to keep moving forward, and you got to train your mindset. This is some of the things that you can't just learn right out the gate. And a lot of times it takes life experiences to get this way. And I think I've been through many life experiences in my life to say that I've been there and I've done that, and I continue to do that because I know there's always something better, right? I've always achieved more by continuing to push forward. I could have just blamed it on everything, and then, I could have picked up drinking or doing drugs or something at that time, and And there was a short time where I did pick up drinking, and it took a toll on my life. I mean, I was really young, and I was lucky that it didn't take too much of a toll on my life. And I didn't allow it to. Once I realized what was going on, I stopped, because I didn't want it to take so much control of my life that it wasn't something that I could not control anymore. You know what I'm saying? So just in life in general, you gotta stay positive. You gotta not allow these things to play and toy with you, and just understand that no matter what's gonna happen, that your mindset, always go back to your mindset. You can take whatever days you may need, if there's something major going on, to try to absorb what's going on, right? And do the 500-foot top down approach and try to see what's going on. But just know that if your mindset is in the right state, that you're going to get the success you so desire by continuing to push forward. No matter how many times you get kicked back, kicked in the face, whatever it may be, that you're going to keep pushing forward. So let's talk about the two different kinds of mindsets. Now, the first mindset I want to talk to you guys about is called a fixed mindset. Now, this fixed mindset is the people that typically think that you're naturally gifted, right? And because you're a natural gift, you don't have to try to expand your knowledge or anything like that it just all comes naturally, and that you're a natural leader, that you're a natural this and that, and to just think that you don't need to grow because it just all comes naturally, right? Now, this is extremely a bad mindset to have, because if you don't have any kind of knowledge about adapting to life, right? Because life is all about adapting to change. Every position you're in, it always changes through time, right? And to think that you can't change, to think that, okay, well, I'm going to take this test, and if this test says I fail, that I am no good. And that is not true, right? And to think that, I can't learn to sing, or I can't do this or that, and none of that is true, right? There's some things that you can't fix, right? But there's a good majority of stuff you can fix with the right mindset. And to think, they've actually done studies on this to where you can, if you have the right mindset going into it, that you can fix a lot of issues you have, right? Instead of sitting there playing the victim. Well, I scored like a 70 on my test, so that means I'm just not made out to be a programmer or something like that. And that's not the case, right? There are many people who scored extremely low scores, I myself included, who have gone on to do great things, right? You just have to get out of that mindset, thinking that you can't fix anything, to think that because of the situation you grew up in, that it has hindered you from being able to do anything else in life. And this is one of the biggest flaws in having a fixed mindset. Now, the other kind of mindset I want to talk to you guys about is a growth mindset. This is the mindset you want to adapt. Now, this is because you can assume that no matter what is going on, that you can grow, that you can learn, that, yeah, math may be extremely hard, but you can still learn it, right? If you put the effort in to do it, you will learn. Is it hard? Yes, it is hard, but that is not the thing. You should not look at it as hard. Look at it as, yes, I can do this, and I will do this, and you will push forward, and you will learn math, and you'll be good at math, because guess what? You put the time and the effort through. You allowed yourself to know that, yes, I can do this. I'm not hindered by, my DNA or how I was brought up, right? None of that matters, right? And the biggest thing is to know that your past is your past. That doesn't define today. You can change today by actually doing something, by knowing that if you go out and put forth the effort, that's the biggest thing, is you have to put forth the effort to do it. If you're not putting forth the effort, then yes, you can play the victim and have that fixed mindset that, you're just not going to get anywhere in life because you weren't gifted with anything. That's not true. You can build the skills you need. You can make yourself, improve yourself however you need to, right? Now, we all have natural strengths and weaknesses that are essentially molded into us as we grow up, right? Now, you just got to keep going though. You just got to keep growing. Those strengths can be better, right? Those weaknesses, you can improve them, right? You have to have a growth mindset. With a growth mindset, you will allow yourself to expand and look past other things, right? As opposed to having a particular perception on something that hinders you from growth, right? You don't want to ever not think that you can't learn anything new because you won't get anywhere. And actually, you know, having a growth mindset will allow you to expand your horizons and reach out to ideas that you never thought were possible, and grow knowledge that you never thought you could do. Like maybe you never thought you were good in school, so you didn't want to be a programmer, and then all of a sudden you started doing it and you actually picked up the skills, right? You put forth the effort and you picked up the skills, and then you were a developer, right? Or whatever the case may be. The thing is you got to be constantly trying to grow and push yourself and keep that growth mentality. That's the key here, is keep a growth mentality, and then you will find that you can do whatever it is you want. So I've given you guys some examples on a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. Now, there are different parts of your life where you can have a fixed mindset, and there are different parts of your life where you can have a growth mindset. The biggest thing is to look and realize that, say for example, you're bad, all your relationships have been bad, and you say, well, I can't, that part of my life can't be fixed. And that's playing the victim. That's not allowing yourself to have a growth mindset, right? You got to understand that yes, it didn't work out, it is what it is, but you're not going to play the victim. You're going to take 110% responsibility for everything that is going on in your life, and you're going to go ahead and reapproach that subject, and you're going to do what it takes. You're going to improve yourself, right? Because that is really the only thing you have control over is yourself. So you're going to improve yourself to get better at relationships. So if that's the case, you know, you just, whatever subject it is that you feel like you're weak in and you want to get better at, you got to realize that yes, you can get better. It's like everything, right? You just have to continue to be patient, continue to be working on it, and it will get better. So don't allow yourself to fall into that rut where you're just negative and your mindset is just, you know, fixed, and that is not how you're going to be able to fix whatever, you know, success you want in life. You got to continue to grow. To be successful, you got to continue to want to grow, and know that even when you think you're at your best, that you can still always grow, right? Because life is always changing, life is always altering. You got to be able to adapt during these situations and continue to grow. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Also, if you know somebody out there who would get something out of this video, please share it with them. Also, if there's any comments you have about mindset, if you really feel like, you know, you're maybe stuck and you're not in that growth mindset, you know, comment down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. And again, if you like this video and you want to see more videos like this, then subscribe so you don't miss out. Hit that notification bell so you get alerted whenever I put out a new video, because I do have new videos coming out twice a week as of right now. So until next time, you guys take care, keep that mindset positive, and I will see you guys next time.